This morning on DC News Now, this afternoon, we're going to be tracking those high temperatures on the warm side. We're going to be seeing highs upper 40s to low to mid 50s. Now, how long will this be sticking around, and when's our next best chance for some rain? Those details coming up.
You're going to birthday parties. That's what you do when you're 6 years old. You shouldn't be fighting for your life or recovering from a gunshot wound because of an idiot with a gun.
Mayor Bowser responding after 2 kids were shot after getting off a Metro bus. What we know this morning.
Well, it's cracking down on drug traffickers. The arrests made in West Virginia and along the East Coast.
And a Prince William County father missing for more than 2 weeks. A clue found during the search and a message from his family.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, good Thursday morning to your time right now at 7 o'clock. I'm Corey James. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. We are going to take a live look outside this morning. It's a pretty decent start to our day. Jackie, what are we going to expect?
Yeah, well, out there this morning, we're drying out after some rain showers late last night. Not only that, we are seeing some areas of patchy dense fog. Not necessarily in the DC metro area. Most of this is just outside of the metro at this point. But as I mentioned, we're seeing dry conditions out there this morning, just some fog, but more rain is on the way. That's down towards our south and west. Out ahead of it, we could see a few sprinkles this afternoon, but those will be very, very isolated. Not everyone's seeing those, but we'll certainly notice the rain showers later on tonight. Temperatures right now starting off upper 30s to low 40s across the region. A little bit warmer than yesterday morning. We're running right around 10, even close to 20 degrees warmer than we were yesterday morning. So that's certainly noticeable. Also noticing the fog that's reducing visibility down to less than a mile in Fredericksburg, 2 in Culpeper and Winchester, 5 miles visibility in Hagerstown. Now we're down to about 9 miles in the district. And for the kids at the bus stop this morning, we're going to be tracking some of that fog, the clouds, and temperatures varying into the 40s. And eventually we'll see those high temperatures into the upper 40s to low to mid 50s this afternoon. More rain on the way later on tonight. Latest details of the timing of that coming up. But Shanika's here with a look at traffic. How are the roads?
It's not looking good for folks in Northern Virginia. If you're on 395 heading southbound in Arlington, right at Boundary Channel, you're going to find a crash taking 2 lanes. So you are going to be on your brakes very slowly. You can see a lot of red going on there. Then over to Dumfries Road at Interstate Drive. Watch for some delays in that area. Right before 95, you're going to deal with the situation there. TC 295 right near Kenilworth Avenue and over to East Capitol Street. Just watch for that crash. You're still pretty heavy there. You're probably seeing lingering delays, also volume delays in the area.
Shanika, thank you. Another day of violent crime in the district, this time in Northwest. That's where police say 2 kids and a man were shot. DC News Now's Lex Wars is live this morning where that shooting happened. And Lex, both of those kids no older than 10 years old, we're learning, and police also say they were getting off a Metro bus to go home from school.
Yeah, Corey, it's just horrific. The 2 kids, a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old, like you said, coming home from school, getting off of the bus when they were shot. And the shooting actually stemmed from a fight that started on the Metro bus. Now, police say that when the bus stopped at the bus stop here, several people got onto it and started fighting somebody who was already riding the bus. Now that fight did move onto the street and sidewalk. That's when police say one of the people pulled out a gun and started shooting. The 2 kids who were hit got back on the bus with the adult that they were with. The bus pulled farther down the street to safety, and the man who was hit actually took himself to an apartment down the street. Now, the shooting, one of many that has happened involving kids this week alone, but community members say that each time something like this happened, it hurts the same.
We can never begin to feel numb, because if ever you can feel, a pinch or something on your body that hurts you, when you see something that hurts someone else, it should hurt us. It should make us feel, because you're a person. We're not robots walking around here.
Now, the bus was full of people when this happened, and all of the victims were unintended targets. The person who was being targeted, police did find a little bit later, but as far as the suspect and the shooter, police are still investigating and looking for those suspects. Now, they do ask that to help with their investigation, anyone who was on the bus or who has a video of the fight, to please contact the police department. Live in Washington, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Thank you, Lex. An update now to a story that we first brought to you yesterday morning. 2 teens are dead after a car crash in Fairfax County.
And police say speeding appears to be a factor in that crash in Fairfax Station. Now, it happened along Lee Chapel Road late Tuesday night. Detectives say the driver lost control of the car and ran off the road before turning on its roof. First responders got the children out of the car and took the kids to the hospital. They have critical injuries. The other 2 people in the car, also minors, died at the scene. Police are not releasing the name of the victims at this time. And this morning, we're learning more about the man officials say shot and killed a 13-year-old boy in Northeast D.C. over the weekend.
Mayor Bowser says the man who shot and killed Karan Blake is a city government employee who is now on administrative leave. Bowser did not confirm which agency he works for, but she did say he is not involved in law enforcement. Blake was shot multiple times on Saturday morning on Quincy Street Northeast. Police say the shooter saw the teen breaking into cars and confronted him before opening fire. The mayor says few details will be released to protect the integrity of the investigation.
We don't have body-worn camera that shows the shooting. We only have body-worn camera that shows the response. As of right now, we won't be releasing it.
Now, at this point, no one has been arrested. The district is asking the community to be patient with the process. And the distribution of fentanyl continues to be a problem across Maryland, Virginia, and even West Virginia.
Yeah, Skylar Salas has more on what federal authorities are doing to combat the illegal substance.
Due to the efforts of the Potomac Highlands Drug Task Force and several other law enforcement agencies, 2 Baltimore-based drug trafficking organizations have been shut down by federal indictments for trafficking drugs across Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia.
The threat that we face is much greater than ever before because the potency of the drug that is being sold now is greater than anything we've ever seen.
According to U.S. Attorney William Illenfeld, the large amounts of fentanyl being distributed to West Virginia has reached an all-time high, but ongoing investigations have led to more than 30 people involved in drug distribution being charged.
We could not have brought these cases together and indicted 34 people and dismantled these drug trafficking organizations without the work of all of these agencies coming together, collaborating, sharing information, leveraging resources, and working together.
Margaret Shrewsbury has lived in Romney, West Virginia for 30 years and says the drug bust can only mean positive things.
And certainly we're better off to attack it at the dealer level rather than the user level.
But others feel it won't fix the overall problem.
I think there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. I think it's going to make things worse.
I think drug use in the community is always due to be here. So hopefully this sends a message to those in Baltimore County or any other county that's coming in trafficking drugs that eventually they're going to be caught.
Federal officials say the 2 drug organizations had been operating since 2020. Reporting in Romney, West Virginia, Skylar Salas with DC News Now.
A Maryland state trooper arrested and facing up to 30 years in prison for leaking information to a suspected drug dealer. Corporal Justin Riggs worked for Maryland State Police for 10 years and was based in Hagerstown. Investigators with the U.S. Attorney's Office says Riggs was willing to accept payment from the drug dealer in exchange for information about an operation targeting him.
Not shocked because I hear a lot about police corruption.
Riggs has been suspended without pay. He faces multiple charges, including bribery, aiding drug distribution, and conspiracy to distribute drugs. Riggs has a detention hearing scheduled for this Friday.
And the Federal Aviation Administration is recovering after a rough day at airports across America. A computer outage forced the FAA to issue a ground stop yesterday morning, keeping hundreds of planes out of the sky for nearly 2 hours. By early evening yesterday, FlightAware tracked more than 1,300 flight cancellations and 9,000 delays across the country. The agency says first reports indicate a damaged database file caused issues with one of its pilot notification systems.
But obviously our more immediate focus is technical, understanding exactly how this happened, why the redundancies and the backups that were built into the system were not able to prevent the level of disruption that we saw today, and to make sure that we have 100% clarity on any and all steps that are needed so that it can't happen again.
Now that system is back online, officials do warn travelers could still see some delays today.
And developing this morning, a historic bridge in D.C. is getting what some are calling some life-saving changes. D.C.'s Department of Transportation announced it will install suicide barriers on the Taft Bridge. Now, this comes after extensive efforts by D.C. resident Chelsea Van Thoff. You might remember her partner died by suicide on the bridge last April. However, the announcement for the new changes comes one day after a man died by suicide at the same location.
I want this barrier because I don't want anyone to feel this pain. Studies show when people see a barrier on their chosen method, a bridge, they don't go on to a different method that night, and they get the gift of time.
Several bridges in D.C., including the Ellington Bridge, already have protective barriers in place. Van Thoff is also pushing for more mental health resources. And President Biden's legal team finds more confidential documents.
That is right. This comes days after classified documents were found at his former office right here in D.C. The newly discovered second batch was found at a different location. So far, there are no details on where exactly these documents were found or the specific level of classification of them. Biden's press secretary has not made any comments on the president's handling of those documents.
This is under review by the Department of Justice. It is literally under review right now. As I am talking to you, it is under review. So I'm not going to get beyond the process. I'm not going to get beyond what the president said.
Attorney General Merrick Garland has asked a U.S. attorney based in Chicago to review this matter.